Yeah. Well, she already has a trust in the U.S. for that. So, but anyway, there are cases and cases. So, but mainly have in mind that 75% of your assets will have to go as in the law says, and that's very general in Latin America. Ecuador is kind of stronger in that concept, in protecting the descendants. So what will be the bottom line at the end of the day is that, let's say you have a will in the States that mention that a specific person will be the beneficiary of all your assets. When that will come to Ecuador, a judge will say, well, the sons of that person will be the beneficiaries of the assets in Ecuador. So that will not be enforceable in Ecuador. The 25% it will, but for all what the remaining will not be there. Then you have other situations as the kind of wills that you can choose: an open will, a closed will. There's some explanations here of that. But you know, once you find out that 75% it's already determined where it goes, it kind of discourages everyone to do a will. So it's it's something that you have to consider. Well, we have also mentioned here that if you have no descendants, it will go to your parents. And if you have no parents, it will go to the brothers. And also, if you have nephews, will also be on the beneficiaries. And once you only have nephews, also the state will be considered a nephew.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So the state will be a beneficiary. So if you don't have descendants or parents, then you are strongly suggested to have a will. That's the contrary. Okay. I have one final topic here, and we can open to discussions and questions, and that's the declaration of assets. Last year, Ecuador requested that Ecuadorian citizens as well as residents, Ecuadorian residents, file each year a declaration of assets. They have the following rules for that. If you are married, then you need to file an asset declaration if your assets are value of more than $400,000. If you are not married, then your assets must be valued or exceed $200,000. Now, what they say is that property value, it has to be valued at least of the municipality value, that you know is not as high as the commercial value. So the first question here to see if you need to declare assets or not, it is if your assets will exceed $400,000 as a couple. Then they have other rules, such as that they will take into account households, only the ones that exceed $1,000, and jewelry that are more than $5,000. They will not consider an asset for the declaration what's books or music. That will not consider asset. And probably one thing that is not in the law, but it will be a very practical issue for consider here, it's that in order to declare your assets, you need to have a RUC number. And again, your RUC number is someone you get when you are going to have a commercial activity or an activity in which you need to issue an invoice. So if you are not having a commercial activity, if you are not invoicing, you are not making invoices, you don't exist for the IRS, for the SRI. So you are in good position. That of course is not in the law, because the authority, they assume that everybody will come and see, okay, I'm gonna get my root number. But that's not the case. Only if you have a business, then you will be within the radar of having to do these kind of things. Now, I have some clients that they have business, they have the root number, and there's a difference here, because your business can have a root number, your company, but you as an individual probably don't have a root number. And the asset declarations is an individual issue, it's not a company issue. So some clients, they have a corporation to do the business, but they don't have a root number on their own. And in that way, you don't have to do the declarations of assets also. And there's things that it's very difficult. How are you going to appraisal your refrigerator? That kind of thing. So you will, probably all of that will be below 1,000, and you don't have to appraise that. Again, for 2009, the next day will be until May 2010 for the declaration. And some people have decided just not to present the declaration because it's not, the rules of the game are not clear yet. And the consequence will be a fine imposed between $30 and $1,500. Now, it's interesting because the IRS, our local IRS, the SRI, has already notified the people that they believe they need to present an asset declaration. Did you receive one, Larry?
I know about it, but I didn't receive it.
Oh, right, then you're in good shape. Because they have already notified the people that they are expecting will be doing the asset declaration. And the people that have been notified and that they will not present the asset declaration will probably receive the highest fine, which is $1,500. If you have not been notified and you decide not to declare, then you will, when you are notified, if you are ever notified, then if you do declare, then probably your fine will be something between $200 or $300, and then you will have like 6 months to declare, if that's the case. So there has been a number of people in the major cities. We can say that IRS are concentrated more in the bigger cities than they are in the smaller places. And that's where most of the people has already received the notification from the IRS requesting the declaration of assets. One final comment from this one, and it's that together with your declaration of asset, you should present the copy of your income declaration, income tax declaration. And for that, again, you need your tax number, tax identification number. So you don't have a tax identification number, you don't have an income tax declaration, therefore it will be, the chances that someone will request your asset declaration will be very, very low. Again, that theory is not in the law. The law just says if you exceed 400,000, you need to declare, period. But if you go and see how it works, you need all of these to be in the radar. Otherwise, you will not. Okay, and I'm forgetting something? Or
let me make some comments.
yes.